Hey, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Always things that we can be thankful for. And as promised, let me just see if I can show you this. As promised, Phoebe the dog is out with me today. She is excited. She ate a lot yesterday for Thanksgiving and has gotten off the path. Hey girl, it's this way. Come on. Let's see if she'll find us. There she comes. All right, we're back on track. Hope, faith, empowerment, the biblical worldview, and why it's important. One of the things that I've noticed over the years as we do transformation weekends, there's something that happens just inviting people to a place, taking care of all the meals, creating a clean spiritual environment for them, and then asking them from that place that they can craft their future. Start to hear from God, make some goals forward. Why is that? Because I think a lot of times in life we're being besieged by all kinds of obstacles and challenges, and quite frankly, your energy might be low. And trying to make a hope-filled, faith-filled plan from a place of low energy or disempowerment will absolutely be devastating. You're just not going to be thinking the same. And so, I've talked about this before, but some of it, the basis of it is self-confidence. And self-confidence comes from self-esteem. And I think I've talked about this before, but self-esteem has three components to the construct. And one of them, you'll see why community is so important. So self-esteem, based on the research from especially Tal Ben-Sahar, has three components. The first is external-based self-esteem. That's where you buy my book and you write me, you tell me how much it changed your life, and my self-esteem goes up. The second one is internal self-esteem, and listen, friends, think about this for a minute. We all love external self-esteem, but the second portion is a requirement for confidence, for an empowered state, and that's internal self-esteem. The other day, I had to take a test for a certain state recertification, and it was, it wasn't overly miserable test, but in order to keep my licensing in place, I had to take it, and it required a weekend, so when everybody be done eating or they're doing their thing, I would be off studying and, knocking the thing out. And something about it, when I finished, it was cool to get the score that said, hey, you're passed and your score is going to be sent on to the state. But it was also cool to have accomplished something that I put my mind to, that I set out to do. And that's that internal self-esteem. I hope this makes sense, because here's the catch. Here's the rub. The third one, this kind of transcendent self-esteem, and that's where we should all be living. It's a sense of whether I have internal validation or external validation. I know I'm doing the right thing. I'm living in this sense of feeling good about myself, where I'm going. And from there, it gives me confidence, and I can make the right decisions. I should talk about the components of developing an empowered lifestyle. I think that'll be really helpful. This stuff has really helped me a lot. So this third component, transcendent self-esteem, it comes from this sense of knowing, being comfortable in my skin, knowing that I'm accomplishing what I'm supposed to be doing. This kind of sense of being in God's timing and being in the place that He's called me to, and being validated transcendently. And so here's the rub, ladies and gentlemen, and here's why this why community is so important. When I saw this, it changed my whole view. So these three components of self-esteem, which lead to confidence and help you get to where you're called to go, they're what we call epigenetic, in that they build on each other. So you have to have external validation that helps you to build internal validation that helps you to build transcendent validation. So the people that go, I don't care what anybody else says, or, I don't need anybody around me to, to validate me. And, first of all, it just doesn't work like that. They're deceived. All of us like and crave and benefit from people giving us third-person validation, saying, hey, man, you're doing a great job. I really appreciated that message. Thanks for the call the other day. Some of the advice you gave me is working. All of us crave that. And the person that says that they don't need it and they've moved beyond it or something like that is they're deceiving themselves and they're stepping on their own oxygen hose. It's not going to work out. Because from that, we can build this internal validation, and from that builds transcendent validation. And from that, you have an empowered state on which you can begin to map out and view the course ahead. There's always challenges and obstacles, so to speak. But to try to map out a road ahead, to try to think of what an extraordinary life looks like from you when you're in a position of just being besieged by negativity, and your self-doubt is up, and you're not feeling good about yourself. You're not in that empowered state. It will be disastrous for you. We get to an empowered state, and I don't have time to talk about it, but your physiology is really important here. But from that empowered state, now you can get a coach, and the coach can begin to ask you specific questions about where you're going. You can reflect back on the moments in your life that were fulfilling. You can help to gain faith for what God has for you. And from there, hopefully, you'll produce that award-winning life. God bless you guys. I hope you have the best Black Friday ever. Thanks.